Imagine a force so violent that it erases everything in its path. A force that twists metal and hurls debris like toys. In 2025, nature unleashed some of the most terrifying tornadoes the modern world has ever seen. Tonight, we are counting down the top 15 deadliest and scariest tornadoes of that year. Real footage captured by storm chasers and residents shows the devastation. Stay with us as we witness the power of the sky itself. 15. St. Louis EF3 tornado, May 16, 2025. The first tornado on our list struck the heart of St. Louis. Urban tornadoes are rare and unpredictable. This EF3 touched down in the early afternoon, cutting a path through neighborhoods and industrial areas. Vehicles flipped, homes lost roofs, trees fell as if they were mere sticks. Storm chasers caught footage of the funnel cloud spinning violently while rain wrapped the tornado, obscuring it. The sound of the wind was deafening, a mechanical roar that made the city tremble. Despite early warnings, several people were caught outside. The tornado caused multiple injuries, but miraculously no deaths in this urban encounter. Storm trackers later said the timing and path were critical to minimizing fatalities. This tornado serves as a chilling reminder of how vulnerable cities remain. 14. Concepcion, Paraguay tornado, September 24, 2025. Most tornadoes occur in the United States, yet in South America, this tornado appeared suddenly near Concepcion, Paraguay. Homes were obliterated, trees snapped like toothpicks. The sound of the rotating wind tore through the night, awakening residents with a sense of impending doom. Chasers captured the funnel spinning across farmland, with lightning striking nearby, illuminating the terrifying funnel in ghostly flashes. Few had ever seen a tornado of such intensity in this area. It is the unpredictability that makes tornadoes terrifying. No matter where they appear, they demand respect. 13. Arkansas mega tornado, March 14, 2025. In Arkansas, an EF4 tornado tore across the countryside. Over a mile wide, it flattened fields and silos. Farmers watched helplessly as livestock scattered and equipment was thrown. The tornado moved faster than most chasers expected. The footage shows a wall of dark cloud spinning across the horizon, debris lifting into the sky in violent bursts. The tornado eventually dissipated after a long path of destruction, leaving broken homes and trees as grim reminders of its power. This tornado ranks among the most visually spectacular and frightening of early 2025. 12. Mississippi EF4 tornado, March 15, 2025. The Mississippi tornado carved through communities in the Central Valley, flattening homes and hurling debris. Storm chasers captured it from several angles as it twisted across highways. Vehicles were overturned and trees uprooted. The winds exceeded 170 miles per hour. This tornado demonstrates the lethal potential when powerful tornadoes strike populated areas with little warning. Communities came together to help survivors, but the emotional trauma left lasting scars. The footage reminds us that tornadoes are not just meteorological phenomena, they are life-altering. 11. Mid-South Supercell Cluster, May 17, 2025. A single tornado is terrifying. A cluster is apocalyptic. The Mid-South Supercell produced multiple touchdowns across Mississippi and Alabama. Each tornado appeared only moments after the other, giving no time to breathe. Chasers documented funnel clouds writhing across the landscape, sometimes several simultaneously. The psychological effect is devastating. People cannot prepare for something that appears and disappears with such speed. This event is remembered as one of the most nerve-wracking and chaotic of the season. 10. Southern Illinois EF4 tornado, May 16, 2025. This tornado carved a violent path through Williamson County. Houses were lifted from foundations. Trees were splintered down to stumps. The funnel was wrapped in rain, making it look like a moving black wall. Footage shows chasers racing to keep pace while power lines snapped and debris filled the air. The scale of destruction is staggering. emergency crews reported that nothing could withstand this tornado. In some areas, entire blocks were gone. 9. Northern Plains EF3 tornado, June 2025. The northern plains of the United States, usually vast fields and open sky, became ground zero for one of the most violent nighttime tornado outbreaks of 2025. On the evening of June 20th, powerful supercells developed along an advancing warm front, spinning up multiple tornadoes across eastern North Dakota as darkness settled in. Storm chasers who pursued these violent storms recorded raw footage of a long-track tornado tearing through the landscape, illuminated only by the flashes of lightning cutting through the night. The funnel was a roiling column of darkness, terrifying in scale, twisting with a black core that seemed to consume light itself. Residents around Spiritwood and Enderlin watched in horror as the funnel drifted low to the ground, the roar of wind a mechanical shriek, menacing enough to shake homes and rattle windows. This tornado traveled over open farmland for miles, its path marked by twisted metal, felled power lines, and shattered crops. According to meteorological survey teams, this powerful twister later intensified to violent strength, becoming one of the first EF5 rated tornadoes documented in the region in years, with winds in excess of 210 miles per hour. Lives were lost, homes devastated, and communities left stunned by the ferocity of this nighttime storm. 8. Kansas Mega EF4 tornado, May 18, 2025. In the heart of the plains, the relentless tornado season continued. On May 18th, central Kansas was struck by a storm that would become one of the year's most fearsome. Radar images showed a rapidly deepening mesocyclone, the thunderstorm's rotating core, and before long, it dropped a massive EF4 tornado onto open fields near Plevna and Greensburg. Storm chasers captured raw, high-definition funnel footage, a broad, dark column rotating violently against a green-tinged sky. Debris danced around its base, picking up dust and fragments of outbuildings as it moved. In several clips, the tornado looked nearly opaque, the rain and cloud bases wrapping around the vortex, making it appear like a mobile wall of destruction. Residents were urged to shelter as sirens blared. Livestock scattered, barns were hollowed, and dozens of sheds and equipment were torn apart in an instant. Some chasers described the site as reminiscent of historic plains tornadoes, a visible testament to how powerful these storms could be when nature's ingredients aligned perfectly. 7. Oklahoma City EF5 tornado, May 20th, 2025. Few tornadoes instill as deep a fear as an EF5 moving through an urban area. On May 20th, Oklahoma City, a city familiar with tornado warnings, faced its worst nightmare. Weather radars showed a classic hook echoing the telltale sign of an intense tornado, and soon a violent twister descended from the storm base. Raw footage captured by storm chasers shows a towering, rope-like funnel twisting against the low cloud base. Winds inside the vortex were estimated to exceed 200 miles per hour, powerful enough to rack entire neighborhoods with devastating force. Homes were ripped from foundations, trees bent and snapped like twigs. Road signs and vehicles became airborne missiles. The tornado carved a path through subdivisions, industrial parks, and open lots, leaving behind scenes of overturned cars and splintered homes. Emergency crews described the storm's damage as unparalleled vast swaths of destruction that would take months to clear and years to rebuild. 6. Texas Panhandle EF4 tornado, June 5th, 2025. On June 5th, the Texas Panhandle, known for wide open skies and endless plains, became the backdrop for a massive EF4 tornado that tore through rural areas with frightening efficiency. Storm chaser recordings show a massive funnel descending from an angry sky, its base broad and churning with power. The scale of this tornado was immense. At times it appeared as a thick, contorted column, wider than many homes and farm buildings, turning the horizon into a river of wind and dust. Debris litters the footage as metal parts, wood, and farm tools spun upward and outward in violent spirals. Local meteorologists reported that this tornado formed far ahead of the main storm line, surprising many residents who had only minutes to react before it struck. Even in open fields, the sight of this spinning column was enough to stop viewers in awe and fear. 5. Central Iowa, EF5 tornado, June 12, 2025. In early June, central Iowa, a region no stranger to storms, was hit by one of the most powerful tornadoes of the season. This EF5 tornado spun with terrifying intensity, tearing across farm fields and small towns like a tidal wave of wind. Raw footage taken from storm chase teams shows the tornado's funnel twisting into a thick, textured column, a massive wall of rotating wind and debris. The video captures moments where the vortex dips, touches down, and rises again, its size and motion indicating how violently the storm's winds were interacting with the ground. Homes that moments before had stood still were suddenly missing, reduced to fragments of lumber and insulation scattered across fields. Residents in the storm's path were urged with only minutes' notice to find shelter as the tornado advanced. A reminder that even in well-monitored regions, the unexpected moments before impact can mean the difference between life and death. 4. Missouri-Kentucky Mega EF5 Tornado, May 16, 2025. The late spring outbreak of May 15-16, 2025 spawned multiple violent tornadoes as a powerful cold front collided with warm, humid air across the Midwest and Upper South. Among them was a colossal EF5 tornado that carved a deadly path from central Missouri into Kentucky, leveling towns in its wake. Raw storm footage from that night captures enormous funnels peeling upward from the storm base. In some sequences, the tornado appears as a rotating monster, a thick, dark column stretching from cloud to ground as debris swirls in its base, illuminated by lightning. Video from mounted chase cameras shows structures collapsing under the pressure of winds, roofs disintegrating, and power lines folding like paper under stress. In Louisville's outskirts and rural Kentucky counties, entire neighborhoods were left flattened. Emergency services deployed immediately, but the scope of the devastation made search operations extremely difficult against the backdrop of destroyed infrastructure. 3. Nebraska EF5 Tornado, June 18, 2025. As June advanced, Nebraska became the stage for one of 2025's most extraordinary tornadoes. A violent EF5 funnel moved across the plains with intense energy, sweeping up debris and carving a dark line across the countryside. Chase footage shared by storm intercept teams shows the tornado's powerful funnel, a massive, shadowy column spinning with devastating rotational force. Lightning often flashed through the vortex, illuminating its silhouette against a turbulent sky. Farmhouses, equipment sheds, and silos were obliterated in seconds. Meteorologists later described this tornado structure as textbook, a perfect combination of instability and wind shear. But its real-world impact was anything but textbook for those who lived through it. 2. Texas-Oklahoma EF5 Super Tornado, May 25, 2025. On May 25th, a powerful storm system spawned a tornado of historic scale as it crossed the Texas-Oklahoma border. Raw chase footage from storm intercept teams shows a massive, rain-wrapped tornado funnel slicing through the landscape, a pillar of wind that seemed almost alive with destructive intent. The tornado's motion was unpredictable, and its internal winds were so intense that even chasers struggled to keep safe distance. Smaller vortices secondary, spinning columns danced around the main funnel, adding to the storm's complexity and danger. Local Emergency Operations Center issued continuous warnings as the storm approached populated areas. 1. Great Plains, Apocalypse, EF5 Tornado, May 30, 2025. The most terrifying tornado of 2025, and one destined to be etched into history, is known as the Great Plains Apocalypse. This monstrous EF5 tornado was captured in raw storm chaser footage that shows a funnel wider than many streets, a rotating column of darkness and debris with devastating force. Lightning arced through the swirling column again and again, illuminating every angle of this towering beast. Videos from multiple chase teams show the tornado's base, kicking up enormous dust clouds, pulling debris hundreds of feet into the sky. Residents along its path reported hearing the tornado's roar miles before it arrived, a deep, grinding sound, unlike thunder, more akin to a freight train barreling through steel bridges. Homes were flattened instantly. Vehicles once parked peacefully in yards have vanished without trace. First responders called this storm the single most devastating tornado event of the century, a juggernaut of nature that reshaped landscapes and lives. In total, more than 1,500 tornadoes were documented across the United States in 2025, alone from early spring outbreaks to late summer supercells. These 15 storms represent the deadliest, most powerful, and most visually terrifying of the year. From urban twists of metal and concrete to rural monsters that tore fields and homes apart, 2025 will be remembered as one of the most intense tornado seasons in decades. From the plains of Kansas and Nebraska to the heart of Oklahoma City and the wide open spaces of the northern plains, these storms remind us of nature's raw power. Respect the warnings, listen to the sirens, and never underestimate the sky's potential to turn against us.